every 10 days, I do a performance review of the salespeople with their internet leads, phone calls, walk-in traffic, just to see where they're at, and then obviously where they're going. And then we do a trend analysis. For the first 10 days of the month, I used 90 days worth of data. Once we get into the second part of the performance analysis for this month, I'll just use the first 10 days and then so on. And really what that's for is to help the managers identify the areas that the salespeople either have their strengths or weaknesses, so they can apply the coaching the right way for them. Jay, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Pat?
Look at that. Wave to the camera.
Hey, camera.
Jay, how long have you been in the car business, bud?
I've been in the car business for 3 months.
3 months.
2 or 3.
And I have told you multiple times how much I feel like you have really taken to this. I think you're probably one of the better people that's come in with no experience before.
Thank you, sir.
And actually been able to excel because this is a tough business.
Thank you.
mean, this isn't an easy store either. So you got to know what you're doing. These customers expect quite a bit more than somebody buying a Hyundai, right?
Yeah,
all right. So Jay, this first thing again is just this is a 10-day review. This is just the first 10 days of the month. Okay. So from November 1st through November 10th. Okay. All right. So where are you, Jay? There you go. All right, Jay. So you have had 53 total leads. Contact rate is 58%, which is 31. That's a little bit below the store average, which we'll dive into that a little bit more. But with those that you contacted, you set 11 appointments. You're at the top of the board with that, okay? The great part is 6 of those showed up and 3 of them bought cars. Remember last month when we were talking about was, hey man, you're getting the appointments set. They're not showing up and they're not, you know what I mean? Yeah. So now that trend has already shifted completely. So I'm really happy for you on that because I knew you could get it. All right, Jay is the sleeper top performer. And I've told you this already, right? He blends empathy with execution, best appointment ratio in the group, and solid to show to sold conversion. The 4-day average to sale signals, he's letting distance buyers drag out decisions. Okay, so we want to tighten that up because the store average is 2.7 days, all right? Strengths, trust builder, persuasive without pressure. You can see that in all the reviews that you get, and consistent with the process. You've learned the process, and now you're very consistent with following it the right way, which is, I can't thank you enough for that because not everybody does that, right? Weakness, all right? Underusing remote financing tools and slower cycle time. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's maybe you haven't gotten as confident with people that aren't going to be coming in to see you, which we can adjust that. We have plenty of time to get you built up in that. That's harder than in-store appointments. Okay. Next steps: just introduce pre-delivery inspection videos and digital pencils within the same day. Right. So more video. Right. So you do some videos, show the customer the cars, and not just a walk around. Right.
Okay.
So before you get the numbers out to them. Hey Jay, it's Patrick over at Atlanta Autos. Man, I have those numbers getting worked on for you. I just wanted to show you your car just came out of cleanup. I can't wait for you to see this thing in person. All right, buddy, I'll talk to you soon. Okay. So any of those touch points just allows you to build rapport, and it reaffirms that you're the person they want to buy the car from.
Okay. Cool.
Okay? All right, now we'll go into the trend analysis, and then I'll let you go back to work where I'm not annoying you and bothering you. Man. Okay. Now this one's a little bit more in depth just because it takes a lot more data, right? All right, so over the previous 90 days, Jay averaged about 122 good leads per month. Contacting, roughly 95, which is about 78%, which is 15% higher than what the store average is. Okay, so that's very good. All right, 15% appointment rate, which is also in the top 5, and 6% closing rate, internet closing rate, okay? Wow. So you're actually one of the top 5 in that internet closing rate. When the store historically was 3 to 4%, right now we're right around 6 average-wise, but that's because we have some that are at 9, 11, and 12, right? And then some that are 3 and 4, right? Whatever. Average days to sale over the first 90 days was 1.4. So we have to figure out what happened to now, okay? All right. And that's one of the fastest turnaround times in the department of those 90 days. 38% of your sales were sold without an in-person visit. So there is some remote selling capability, but the store average historically this whole year is 55%. Okay. So we want to see what we need to do to dial that in a little bit more for you, okay? Task discipline was strong, 80% completion, only 8% dismissed. 14% missed, which before we had that meeting, you were like 40% missed or just, missed. So great job on that too. Okay, we'll dial that in a little bit more as we go. You're supported by a total of 1,831 calls is what you made in those 90 days. All right, and 1,000 text messages. All right, so great job. Strong follow-up effort. Overall performed as a balanced operator, consistent communication, solid close rate, but modest lead to appointment conversion, which gives us a much more, a higher upside, right?
Okay.
As of November, this is just November, Jay has improved sharply in precision and conversion while maintaining speed and consistency. Working 53 leads, he contacted 31, a natural compression due to smaller sample size, okay? But you raised your appointment rate from 15 to 26%. Okay, that's great. That's fantastic. And your sold in time frame went from 6 to November at closeout on the 10th. You were at 8. Okay, that is in this kind of store with this kind of inventory is fantastic. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Average days to sale doubled, but within top tier turnaround times. All right. Internet leads response time remains elite. 2 minutes. Fantastic. You're nearly instant, okay? And he's maintained 100% contact attempt. However, contact rate has fallen this month to 42%. So out of 10 people you're talking to, you're only reaching 4 of them. So we'll get that figured out too. All right, appointments again are stronger. Appointment show to sold is up from 38% over 90 days to 50% now, which we had that conversation. It's really turned around, and I'm really happy for you. All right, I also evaluated your CRM accountability. Task completion went up from 68% to 80%. Dismissed went down, missed went down, obviously. All right. Now, here is your trend. Okay. This is what you're trending moving into the next 10 days. And this is the only one that gave this grade. Trending strongly upward. Okay. Your trend right now from where the 90 days was and where your first 10 days is on the curve instead of this, it's this. Okay. Your conversion efficiency across the funnel is tightened. Your response speed remains world-class. Appointment quality is improving. CRM hygiene is near perfect. And your closing rate is trending toward the elite side of the sales staff. All right? The only remaining gap is lead contact rate, which dropped significantly due to lower raw traffic. Okay, that happens once. You might actually see it level out or flatten at least by the 20th. Okay, but he's extracting far more value per opportunity, which is the kind of trend you want to see. If this continues, Jay could easily move into the department's top performers by December.
Awesome.
Great job, bud. You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Great job. Thank you for the hard work. Thank you for dialing it in, taking instruction, being coachable, man. This is how you grow in this business. You're still young, so you have a lot of time, and if you enjoy it, man, sky's the limit for you. If a dumbass like me can last 29 years and provide a great life for my family, somebody smart like you is going to really excel. Okay.
I got a question.
Yes.
Like with the because you said like me actually making contact with clients, and I've noticed that it has dropped. Like, what do you say I should do?
Okay, so more calls, more attempts per lead, right? Customers are not going to throw a fucking chair at you for contacting them. They gave you the number. You're trying to reach out, right? They will tell you, stop calling me, right? And after you call, if you leave a message, send a text. Hey, T, this is Jay over at Atlanta Autos. I just left you a message. Can you give me a call on the number I'm texting you from? Question mark. Right? And when you send a text message, if they're not responding, make sure you leave them with a question, because what happens is when you give somebody an opportunity to answer a question, it comes into what we've all been trained to do, which is when we were little kids, we were taught that if somebody asks you a question, it's polite to do what?
Respond.
Exactly. So give them that opportunity. Okay?
Cool.
And then use video. I don't know why you guys don't do this. You guys we hired you guys because we thought you had personalities, but we're not using them on fucking customers. Let's use our personalities. You're a smart kid. You're funny. People like you. So use it.
Yes, sir.
Use it to your advantage, because that's what builds trust in today's digital retailing market, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you so much,
You
man.
got it, brother.
You have a good one.
Likewise, anything I can help with, you already know.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, again, this is something we really just started doing. I typically have done one-on-ones with these guys, but we're trying to dial it in a little bit more, just to give them an insight, again, like I said, on where they're at and where they potentially could go. And as you can see, Jay has been a phenomenal young man that's come in and really grabbed this. And he's been coachable, which is really the best thing you can do. And he didn't get that 3-month lag of the expertise disease, as we like to call it, where salespeople become experts and think they know more than everybody else. But stick around. We're going to do a bunch of these. I don't know how many T's going to film, but if you guys like it, share, subscribe, all that good stuff on YouTube. And, I'll see you again. Patrick O'Brien.